What's up, everyone? We are live at 5. It is Friday. I had to look. September 25th. I'm Paul Wontorek.
And I'm Caitlin Moynihan.
What's up, Caitlin Moynihan?
Happy Friday.
Are you ready for the weekend?
So ready.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be beautiful outside.
Oh, it is? Is this like our final burst? Is this the final burst of almost not winter? It'll be snowing in a couple weeks. Hey, someone really fun who I really like is here today. Who is our guest, Caitlin?
We got Mr. Constantine Maroulis here with us backstage right now.
Of the Smolder, that guy?
Yes.
Wow. That's awesome.
The one and only.
I love him. He's a great guy. He has new music out. So we're into it. We're going to talk all about it. But first, let's do some news. Okay, I'm first, right? This is super exciting. So Broadway.com is partnering with AmFAR, the amazing organization, to do, we're hosting on our YouTube page something called The Great Work Begins. Anyone who knows their stuff knows what that means. It's Angels in America reference. The Great Work Begins, scenes from Angels in America. This is like a shortened, all-star, cool version of Tony Kushner's amazing double play. This is all happening October 8th, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It's benefiting AmFAR's Fun to Fight COVID-19. So AmFAR is an AIDS organization, and they've really sort of, they're doing a lot for COVID-19. And there's a lot to be said, about, AIDS comes up a lot when we talk about, how the government reacts to COVID-19. And anyway, there's a lot of interesting parallels there. But listen to this cast. So Kushner's working on it, and director Ellie Heyman. But listen, Glenn Close, Paul Dano, Linda Emond, Jeremy O. Harris, Brian Tyree Henry, Nikki M. James, Laura Linney, Bella Lovell, Patti LuPone, I almost said Patti LaBelle, S. Epitha Murkison, Larry Owens, Andrew Reynolds, Daphne Urban Vega, Lois Smith, and Brandon Uranowitz. Bonus. Also, Alan Cumming. So they're all doing scenes from the play. I'm pretty sure Glenn Close is Roy Cohn, which is amazing. There will also be appearances from Alan Cumming, Whoopi Goldberg, and Jake Gyllenhaal. Now, afterwards, there will be a special event moderated by me. This will be, I'm going to talk to Tony Kushner, Ellie Hayden, AmFAR CEO Kevin Robert Frost, and some amazing actors. So this moderated panel will happen afterwards, and it'll be for people who donate over $100. So I hope you'll really
worth it.
Everyone will be able to watch the event on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/BroadwayCom. But to get the good stuff, the panel I'm moderating. It's an amazing cause. I'm so excited that we're partnering with AmFAR, a group that I've loved forever. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Amazing. I can't wait. I already have it marked on my calendar, and I hope all of you guys do. I also have these dates marked on my calendar because Seth Rudetsky just announced his next slew of stars for his Seth's concert series. So of course, y'all know Seth Rudetsky. He's a pop-up personality. He does all the Broadway stuff. He's been hosting these online concerts during quarantine. So we found out that the one and only Andy and Orfeh, they will be having their own concert on Sunday, October 4th at 8 p.m. And then following that, we got Miss Kiala Settle on Sunday, October 18th at 8 p.m. And then after that, we got the icon herself, Lilias White. And she's performing.
Lilias White?
Lilias White. And she originally was supposed to also be performing in October, but due to scheduling conflict, they have moved it to November 15th at 8 p.m. So I'm very excited. It's going to be epic. It's going to be wonderful. And you pay for it. The tickets are on sale now. They're between $20 and $25. It is so worth it. I mean, it's these people performing basically in your own home. And then you can also watch it. I think they do like a restream the following week. So check it all out. All the info is on Broadway.com.
Awesome. So we love Rosie O'Donnell here at the Broadway.com, and we love her Rosie's Theater Kids, which is her great charity. And they announced that Rosie will host Together We Rise, Zoom In, Rise Up, a benefit for Rosie's Theater Kids, and it's replacing their annual fall gala. This is happening Wednesday, October 21st at 7 p.m. Special guests include B.D. Wong and cast members from Broadway's Ain't Too Proud, James Harkness, Joanne M. Jackson, Matt Manuel, Shawnee Remy, and Nick Walker. And tickets are available to anyone who makes a donation of any size to the group. So you can check that out on their website, I assume. So that'll be good. Rosie's always doing good work, as we know. The great work continues. Rosie O'Donnell's story.
I love it.
So before we get to our amazing guest today, can we have a little Today in Broadway?
Paul.
What you got, Caitlin?
On this day.
This one's important to me.
All right. On this day in 1979, Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice's Evita.
Oh my God, I almost dropped my coffee. That's important.
Evita opened at the Broadway Theater. Of course, this tells the story of Eva Perón, Argentine political leader, all that followed. And it starred, I'm pulling up this photo just because it is just iconic. So it starred Patti LuPone as Eva Perón, Mandy Patinkin as Che, and Bob Gunton as Juan. Here's look at that. Stunning gorge. And this photo, Paul, you posted earlier today.
Right. I put that on Instagram because those are photos. Martha Swope took all these photos, by the way. She's a legendary theater photographer. But that's Patty and Mandy in rehearsal, and then Patty and Mandy on stage. And I love the Donald Duck t-shirt. It's so good.
I love it so much. So this ran on Broadway for 1,567 performances and closed on June 26, 1983. Paul, do you know how many Eva Peróns there were in the that time?
7.
You are correct. 7.
What? Really?
7 Eva Peróns. So we got Lonnie Ackerman, Darren Alte, Florence Lacey, Pamela Blake, Patricia Hemingway, Nancy Opel. I did not know that. Tony nominee Nancy Opel.
Yeah.
And they all played the leading role after Patti LuPone played her final performance on January 10th, 1989. So she was with it for some time.
And she won her first Tony.
She won her very first Tony for it. Yes, it earned 11 nominations. It won 7, including acting awards for LuPone and Patinkin, Best Musical, Best Book for Tim Rice, Best Score for Andrew Lloyd Webber, Best Direction for Hal Prince, all of that. It originally was in the West End. It won the Olivier, came to Broadway, became the very first British musical to receive the Tony Award for Best Musical. And of course, Elaine
Page, who does the radio show for us every week, her BBC show, that she was the British Eva.
Yes, she was. Yes. And then, we have to mention the 1996 movie, Paul.
Well, that's Antonio Banderas and Madonna, and I'm actually a big fan of this movie. So don't come at me if you have problems with it, and Madonna won a Golden Globe Award. I'll have you know.
She won a Golden Globe, and this is what got Andrew Lloyd Webber his Oscar, because he wrote a new song called "You Must Love Me," and that got Andrew Lloyd Webber his Oscar. By the way,
I'm sorry for interrupting you, but this is a topic I'm very passionate about. Please. Madonna helped Andrew Lloyd Webber and Stephen Sondheim both win their Oscars.
Oh, you're right.
I'm just saying.
I'm just putting it out there.
And I have another thing to say. Patti LuPone only wins Tony Awards for 5-letter shows. Evita,
oh my gosh.
Gypsy. So I don't know how they're going to spell company with 5 letters, but they're going to have to figure it out.
They can figure it out. I think they'll figure it out for Patti LuPone. That is hilarious. And of course, since then, there have been several revivals, several tours all over the place. It had a 2012 revival.
Yep.
Where is it starting right there? And it started Elena Rogers Ava, Ricky Martin as Che, and Michael Cerveris as Juan. You can see him sitting nice and cozy in the corner. And then 2019 was a big year.
She was Argentinian. Elena
she was
Argentinian. Yeah, and I always thought it was Roger, but then it was Roger. I don't know. I took Spanish.
Oh, there we go. Anyway. Roger. But, last year was quite a big year for the show because it had the critically acclaimed production at Regent's Open Air theater, and that starred Six's Samantha Pauly. There she is, looking fierce. And then it was at New York City Center with Miss Saleha Pfeiffer last year as well.
That's right. Look at that. People love the Evita.
People love the Evita. It's been 8 years since the revival, so who knows? Maybe when we're back, when all of this is over, maybe we'll get another revival. I'll be fine with it.
Featuring Constantine Maroulis as Ava Perón. Twist. Anyway, he's doing the hands. I can see him. Anyway, Caitlin, are you done talking about Evita? I mean, I could talk about it all day.
We could talk about it all day, but I think I should tell people about today's guest.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Yes, guys, as we said, today we have Mr. Constantine Maroulis joining us today for Live at 5 Home Edition, live right here on Facebook and YouTube. Y'all know him. He's a Tony nominee. I mean, come on. He just dropped his new album, Until I'm Wanted, and then last week he released a music video for the single Try. It is amazing. I need to ask him about his fringe white jacket. It's incredible. He earned a Tony nom for starring in Rock of Ages. He was on Broadway in Jekyll and Hyde, The Wedding Singer. He's done tours. He's done it all. He has a production. He helps produce Broadway shows as well. You can follow him on social at Constantine Maroulis. Leave all of your questions in the comments below for us to ask him later. And please welcome Constantine and Paul.
What a Renaissance man. You went from that American Idol kid to being a Renaissance man.
What an intro. Thank you, Caitlin. Hello, Paul.
How you doing?
I'm so well, thank you. How are you, bud? I haven't seen you in so long.
I know, like a couple weeks. So
exactly.
How many of the lyrics in Evita do you know? Do you know Evita well?
Well, remember, I don't know if you do or not, I did a pretty great production of it myself not long ago. Nick Kenkel directed it at North Shore Music Theater with myself and Brianna.
In the round.
Brianna Carlson. She's got like 6 names, Brianna. And she was incredible. We, you know, I'm, of course, of Greek descent. You know, we had, you know, a very diverse cast, but I think we caught some heck for maybe not having, you know, Latinx actors in some of the leads and whatnot. Totally back that, totally get that. But does that mean I can never play Che ever again? I mean, he was...
You could do it in my backyard anytime you want. Nick Kenkel's a very talented guy, so shout out to Nick Kenkel.
So talented. Such a great director, too, honestly. I hope he gets some real shots at even more mainstream stuff because he's really talented as a director. We go back to The Wedding Singer, so...
He was in, and he was in that Evita that we just talked about. He was in the ensemble. So enough about Nick Kenkel. Constantine, how's the world? How's life? How you holding up? Your hair looks great.
Hey, thanks. The wig is holding up pretty good. It's you know, thank God I still have it. Just had a birthday, so it's so far so good. But
are you in your 30s yet?
It just crept into my 30s, so it's all good. And you know, we're good, man. Thank you. I think at first we were all so overwhelmed with this and everything that was happening. You soon realize, you know, we're all in the same boat, whatever field you're in, but particularly all of us artists. So we try to lift each other up, and certainly helps to have, you know, a beautiful 9-year-old daughter at home that I have to focus on every day, you know, with this distance learning, of course, back in March through the end of the year, and just kind of getting through the day, and knowing that, you know, so many other people are, you know, not as fortunate as us. So, and now, you know, just been staying busy. I got so much work done in 2019 that things are just starting to creep out. Of course, the record, but, you know, a couple of movies I got to do. And so I feel productive. I don't know if the money's rolling, you know, but you know, I feel like productive. So that keeps me pretty positive. How are you?
I'm good. I like it when you post photos of your daughter on social media. She's so lovely.
Thank you. Of course, her mom, Angel Reed, I'll shout out. You know, we're co-parenting quite healthy for many years now. And she, of course, I met in Rock of Ages on the Broadway. So, yeah, she's a beautiful young lady, and we're very proud of her. She's talented, but she's also a very good student. So hopefully she'll go to Yale. I tease her. I say, look, maybe I'll do my MFA at Yale while you're doing your undergrad at Yale. Like, it could be like the Rodney Dangerfield movie, Back to School.
I was going to say that's totally a movie.
That's me. I'm like, hey, let's go to a party. Hey. And I'll just be like 80 years old doing my MFA, and she'll be like, Dad.
Hosting the parties. I haven't heard a Rodney Dangerfield impression in a while, so thank you for that. It brought me back.
You got to be
brought
old.
me back.
Thank you.
So this album, so you're saying you recorded it pre-COVID?
I did.
And then you made it, but didn't you make a video post-COVID, right?
I did. You know, that sort of just popped up. You know, I hadn't thought of doing a music video. A really talented director out of Canton, Ohio, Sean McCardle, was working on a few projects, and he's like, dude, I really dig your song Try. I really relate to it as a single dad. You know, he related to sort of the family dynamic I was singing about and the lyrics. I actually co-wrote the song with Ryan Starr. Ryan Starr, great singer-songwriter, great performer, quite famously came to the public eye on Rockstar Supernova on CBS, brunette reality show. They did an INXS one.
Of course, you two are working together. You have things in common.
He's such a great writer, great dad, and we wrote this song actually a couple years ago. So Sean related to it, and he's like, look, I think I can get a video done with like a handful of people, including, you know, on camera and off. Why don't you drive out here to Ohio? I got this, you know, the beautiful Palace Theater of Canton, Ohio, gorgeous 100-year-old, you know, vaudeville space. We shot it there. We shot it all over Canton using sort of the working class backdrop of Canton as you know, kind of the landscape of the video, and it came out pretty good, and it was really, you know, inexpensive, and I got to use Hey Monet, great band that produced on my record. Hey, look at that.
There it is.
A compact disc, man.
Let's look at that. You got some angel wings on that, huh?
Just some wings and
some wings.
Some good people in the video. So yeah, check it out. It's all over the interwebs on my YouTube page or on my Facebook artist page, and the song is called Try. But yeah, the record's been cool, man. You know, to be my age and to, you know, not put out an original record in a long time, and to have it added at Sirius XM to full airplay. It's getting played on the Velvet Channel with some of the greatest vocalists in pop music, on Volume. You know, Howard Stern's, you know, shouted me out. So it's been pretty cool, man. So I'm excited.
You know,
so check it out.
I've been watching, everyone will, I've been watching the show Lucifer, because it was on my Netflix was pushing it so hard on me. It was like, why aren't you watching? I was like, all right, enough. Fine. I'll watch Lucifer.
They really do.
There's a lot about the wings. You could be like in the musical version of Lucifer.
That would be fine.
Is that typecasting? Is that typecasting?
But you know what? I'll take it. I definitely go in for all like the devil and vampire type roles. But it's funny, man. I was really doing some good stuff at film and TV before all this. So it's a bit of a bummer, because you know how that is. You do have to kind of build a bit of a momentum, and it is what it is. We're all in the same boat. And so for now, I've let the hair grow way, way long again. Everyone's like, cut your hair and you can do more TV. But I tie it back, and, you know. So
we've all grown our hair out. It's the thing to do right now.
Yeah, I like yours. It's happening, and you're all.
Thank you. I have a little swoop. I have a wave going on.
Now, does that require some blow drying, or?
No, my other hairdo required blow drying.
Okay, yeah, that
straight up that one.
Roger that.
This one doesn't.
Your house up there is so beautiful, so tasteful.
Okay, fine. So Constantine came to my house.
I crashed.
Yeah, because I don't live far from Woodstock, and of course you're a rock and roll guy, so of course you have to be near Woodstock, and you showed up, and I mean, yeah, it was fun. We had a good time hanging out. Social distance.
Totally.
Dogs. Yep. Henry. Yeah. Do people find you hard to?
Yes.
Do you find that people still have a hard time sort of like pinning you down or getting frustrated that you're not like one thing? Because, like I said, we first knew you from American Idol, and you were the kid with the smolder. Very charming. And then it was like, oh, he does musical theater. What? It was confusing. And then, like, I feel like it's just, and then, by the way, I just want to say this. It was so exciting when you got nominated for a Tony for Rock of Ages, because you deserved it. And but it felt like is the Broadway industry going to give him a nomination? And for this guy, he really deserves it. And that was fantastic. And I like to always remind people of that. But and then Jekyll and Hyde was, so you kind of had this rock and roll thing.
Was
right?
your favorite? You meant to say.
I'm sorry. The Jekyll and Hyde revival was one of the top 5 something.
Yeah.
And Deborah Cox I was there opening night. I remember.
Yeah.
I mean, Jekyll and Hyde is Jekyll and Hyde, but you guys were amazing.
Thank
I mean,
you.
it was fantastic. You guys were both fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Distinguished Performance Drama League nomination.
I'm so sorry.
Second of
how did
three,
I forget
of
that?
Three.
That was for Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah.
Cool.
Got that.
Awesome. So now, but I know that you're like a goofy, corny guy, and you would do like a Gershwin review. Like you would do anything, but people don't think of you and go, "Let's get Constantine for the Gershwin review."
Right. Well, I think look. I grew up as an actor. Yeah, I graduated the Boston Conservatory, musical theater. I was at Williamstown. I did Rent on tour, the Broadway tour, before I was ever on American Idol. So just no one knew who the heck I was at the time. You get on a big show like that, particularly back then when the whole world was watching, Paul, I mean, it was just crazy. It was 25 million people a night, 30 million people a night, 3 nights a week for months and months. It was a juggernaut. So, you kind of play the character, you become this kind of, this thing.
Were you scared? Were you scared on live TV?
No, I don't think I ever was.
I mean, you didn't look scared. Yeah.
Well, I think I had a great director work with me early on the show, Bruce Gowers, who directed the original Bohemian Rhapsody video for Queen. With all the faces. Is this the real life? And he was this old British cat, and he was like, "Mate, you have to, use the camera and like play to the girls at home. Look in the camera. Don't worry about the people in the audience." And I was like, okay. And he'd like have that steady cam.
Wait, how do I do it? How do I do it? Just like
you just kind of like look down and then like look up.
Cool. Got it. Thanks.
That's good.
Awesome. All right. Thanks.
That's really good.
Thank you.
That's great.
So that British cat taught
that British cat. So then you just become comfortable, and you kind of. You do rely on your acting. Like I remember in class we would, interpreting songs, and in rep class, like, we'd work on those eye lines and like a geography of thought and kind of.
Did we lose Constantine? Oh, sorry. I lost you for a minute. Can I hear you? Oh, you're back. You're back.
How do you avoid getting calls? Like, do you go on airplane mode?
I
don't even know.
We got a call.
I don't know. So then, you kind of rely on the acting thing, and you kind of place things out there, and then the mixed focus, and then you use the camera too, and play to the audience. So, I think a lot of it was acting. So it really just kind of worked for me, and you just play into it. And look, I knew I wasn't going to beat Carrie Underwood. She was. If you could have written the story, you couldn't have written it as good as finding a Carrie Underwood to be your iconic American Idol. So for me, it was about what am I going to turn this into? And, Rock of Ages came shortly. I had a big television deal with ABC, Kelsey Grammer and I, it didn't all the way work out, but, you start, all these things kind of come, and you have to kind of take a swing. And I think, Rock of Ages turned out to be my Jesus Take the Wheel, and in fact, coming up, we have a huge announcement, and I can give you a little kind of taste.
Okay.
We're going to be doing the first ever Rock of Ages in concert experience with me and Arsenal and some great special guests from the Rock of Ages world on stage at the Bourbon Room in Hollywood.
Oh,
cool. I'm gonna head out there safely. And I might even drive out, and we're going to record this big television sort of special. It's going to stream on Broadway on demand, and it's going to stream across all kinds of platforms. So we're going to do that in the middle of October. So it's going to drop this fall sometime. It's going to be very cool. So look for that. Stay tuned, and that'll be fun.
Awesome. Well,
but man, people can't pin me down. They can't pin me down.
No. What does your shirt say? Now I'm curious. Music, something.
Music makes
Me better, life better.
Life
Oh,
better.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I actually am wearing a shirt. It's just kind of.
You're just showing off your chest. You're barely wearing a shirt.
Remember, what was that movie? Just One of the Guys. Go on, show me your chest.
I love your reference.
Because we're like the same age. We watched.
Meanwhile, Caitlin's like, I have no idea what they're talking about.
She's like, is that MySpace? Is that on MySpace?
Speaking of Caitlin, let's bring her back in and do some fan questions.
Cool. That's the sound.
It just cuts off really fast. It just cuts off.
Caitlin!
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
I don't know who Rodney Dangerfield is.
Okay.
Look it up.
This looks like the kind of hat you get with a bowl of soup. It looks good on you, though. No respect. Okay.
No respect. No respect.
Okay.
Look up on YouTube. Look YouTube.
I will. Okay. Well, first of all, Kathleen Narowski says, "Oh my God, Rock of Ages in concert, yes," with 3 fire emojis. So
that's
great.
Cool.
That is excellent. Oh, okay. So Jason wants to know, was it always the plan to release an album during the summer, or did it kind of happen because of COVID? Like, how did the streamline of this all happen?
I had been writing so much these last few years, so much to say. I've overcome a lot with my family and in my personal life, and just grown so much as an artist and as a man, as a father. So I've been writing, and I think, you set up the record, you get it to where you want to be. And we actually did a crowdfund on the record, which is the first time I've ever done something like that. So having the fans be an immersive part of the process was really cool. And it took a little while, but we got it together. And yeah, of course, COVID hit, and I was sitting on this record, and we just said, let's share it with the world. Not an ideal time to put it out, but let's get it out there. Let's try to work it as best as we can. And when Sirius XM picked up, All About You, one of the singles, for full airplay, that was awesome. And things started to just fall into place. And sure, I can't wait to get out there with the band and promote it, hopefully, next year. But I have some stream shows coming up. I'm going to be live from Rockwood Music Hall October 5th, I believe. So it's a great, iconic rock and roll venue. Me and the band sort of distanced on stage. We're going to play the whole record, plus some kind of classic pop covers I do, and it'll be fun.
Cool.
Amazing.
What does it say? That. Up chill? What is your thing he said? Upstate and chill. Yes. Catskills.
Up chill. I love it. Oh, okay. So Tyler wants to know, what is your dream Broadway show?
My dream Broadway show is my next original show. Do you know what I mean? Like, sure, I would love to be the Phantom, and I would love to do an adaptation of a Greek classic, or Shakespeare or Sam Shepard play or something very cool like that. But that next great role,
We lost him.
I can't hear.
You lost your audio for a second. It was like you were just about to reveal it, and then it was just silence. I'm kidding.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes. You want something new. You want to start a new thing.
New shit. Oh, I mean, so maybe, a new vehicle, like something different. Obviously I'd love to rock and hit all the high notes and all that stuff. But, something grounded and just beautiful, and, like the adult Dear Evan Hansen kind of part, like that kind of thing, just like something awesome. So
yes,
holler.
I'm here for it. Oh, okay. So
but also Phantom.
And Phantom, I know. I want to see you do that.
Just like nighttime shopping. That's what they think I'll do.
You could.
The headbanging version.
Like, yeah. But it's like,
and Christine will be like in like 80s, like she'll look like Sherry from Rockaway. Like that's
exactly.
Christine. It'd be good. It'd be so
that's
good.
What they're scared of. But I would smash that. So holler.
All right.
Wait, hold on. Speaking of smashing a show, what is it? What is it with you and Housewives? What do you like about Real Housewives? Why is that your thing? Why is that your brand? What's happening? You made some news over COVID time.
A little bit.
All of a sudden you were all over my news feed because my boyfriend watches Real Housewives and we were watching it, and all of a sudden it was my first time watching Real Housewives of New York in many years. And all of a sudden they're talking about you. They didn't say your name. But I knew it was you. And like 3 of them claimed that they had some sort of connection to you.
3 or more, who knows? But,
that was just that franchise. There's a lot of franchises.
I think when I came on the American Idol thing, I was a little older. We used to have these like teenage boys and, maybe 20-year-olds and stuff. And then like I was like 29. I was like a man on the show. And I think all of a sudden there was like something for like the moms to be like,
so the moms started watching American Idol. You brought the moms on. Yep.
And it was like, maybe I could almost kind of sleep with a contestant. That's weird. So I just think that like those like high class, like rich ladies, I grew up in a very affluent area in New Jersey, but we left Brooklyn. My parents really didn't have much. They moved us here for the church, a big Greek church, and for the best schools in New Jersey. And those like rich ladies driving around the Mercedes, like they were always sort of like my fantasy, to be honest. I was like, wow. And then I feel like they sort of ended up becoming my demographic later on in life. So it just sort of stuff like that happens. And who knows, you might see me on the new season coming up, but I don't know. But maybe when, because they just ended. I don't know, a lot of so, I can't confirm or deny, but I'm very close with some of them. What? I don't know. Well, Tinsley and I had like quite a public, confirmed relationship back in the day. So we were like, that was the real deal. And then, the other things, I don't know.
Right.
He doesn't know.
Oh, I know, but I don't.
He knows.
He doesn't know. Do we have a final question?
Yes. Okay. I lost it amongst all these things. Okay. Well, first of all, before we go, we got to say happy birthday to Savannah. It's Savannah's birthday.
Happy birthday, Savannah.
There we go. The comments are full of Constantine. Please say happy birthday, Savannah. So here we are.
Oh my God.
Okay. Last question is going to be from Eliza. Eliza on Facebook wants to know, how early did you start doing music, and when did you know that's what you wanted to do?
Yeah, just so early. I don't know. It's from so early on. I was just belting, vocals. I just remember I have such a strong sense memory of it. My brother and sister are much older than me. They don't like for me to say that, and I just worshipped them. My brother is a very well-known musician and performer, Athan Maroulis, like Nathan but no N. Athan Maroulis. Give him a Google. He's like the Lord of Goth. He's put out hundreds of records, and he's a performer and an actor, and very, very different than me. More like underground sort of, cool electronic stuff, but for decades. And I just worshipped him. And my sister did shows and loved new wave and music. And they were kind of out of the house when I was quite young. So I just had my records. They left me Jesus Christ Superstar and West Side Story. And I would perform all the parts like from 5, 6, 7 years old on and just be belting. But I had extreme stage fright getting actually on stage at a young age. Like I would get the part, when you like in school, like the teacher would like take you into the room and kind of audition you. And I would like get the singing part for the chorus thing, and I would get on stage, and I didn't want everyone to hear my high singing voice. I was like, so I would get up there, I would try to sing it low like this, and it was not good. So I had extreme stage fright, but I got over that. Like maybe when I started singing like a band, like in middle school, come high school, and girls were like, oh, and guys too were like, hey, and gives you a little confidence.
And guys too.
Guys too, Paul.
Hey. What they say? Like, hey.
They were like, hey. Woo. So
oh my God.
It starts to give you a little kind of like confidence, and you're like, okay, maybe I could do this. And then you know, I had a great director in high school, such a talented school. Brian Scambotti, television actor, Julia Hobner Smith was in Les Mis, you know, all these people in my high school, they were so talented, and I just wanted to be just like them. But he always made you wait. Like, if you were a freshman, even if you were the goods, he wouldn't give you the lead. Like, you had to work your way up, and from the ensemble up, and that was the best thing that ever happened to me, because, you know, I had to wait, and that was good.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Well, I love how you keep busy. I love your music. I love when you randomly show up in my backyard. All those things are all good. And thank you for joining us. And I want to actually, if you don't mind, I want to say something. We're not doing Live at 5. This is our last Live at 5 for a little bit. So you're kind of just for, well, we'll be back, but we're taking a little break. But I want to take this opportunity to shout out a friend who's like a Live at 5 super fan. I know he's going to be sad that we're not doing it for a while. His name is Leo. Hi, Leo. I know that you watch.
Leo!
That you watch. And I know you love Wicked. We all love Wicked. But you might actually know even better than I do. But Leo, thank you so much for always watching. Don't worry, Live at 5 will be back, and there's a lot more things happening on Broadway.com, and you'll still see us. But I just wanted to shout out Leo. So
shout out Leo.
Shout out.
Get the record, Leo. Get the record. all streaming platforms right now.
All streaming platforms.
Or ConstantineMaroulis.com if you want a physical copy. Hey, remember, I was the first
CDs.
Ever Broadway.com star of the year.
2009.
I didn't get like a plaque or anything, so feel free.
You got a squigs. You got a squigs.
You got a squigs.
I did. Did I? No, I don't think I got one. But I think he made one recently of all of them, but then he wanted like $500 for it. So I was like, I'm sorry, what?
You don't even have the digital version of the drawing?
How much was it?
Wait, you don't have the digital version of it?
No, Squigs, send it to me.
Okay. All right, Constantine. Always
love
something.
We
love you too. Have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you.
And Caitlin, will you please take us out?
Yes, I will. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, as Paul said, to one of our last Live at 5s for a while, but I promise that we have some amazing things coming your way. So stay tuned next week. We'll be sure to let you know. You guys can still listen to all of your favorite past Live at 5s, wherever you get your podcast, by searching for #Live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. You can listen to them all over again. They're all on our YouTube channel. We're not going anywhere, but taking us out today is the epic trailer of the upcoming Angels in America event that we're doing, called The Great Work Begins, Scenes from Angels in America.
Greetings, prophets! The great work begins! The messenger has arrived!
Attend!
I
am the bird of America.
The bald eagle. Continental principality.
Lumen.
Phosphor. Glory.
Candle. I unfold my leaves, bright steel, in salutation, open sharp before you. Prior Wontorek.
Prior Wontorek.